Welcome to the Chasing Ebenezer show. This is a show where we talk about stuff, play you some music, and encourage you to be creative. This season, we are exploring the art of being human. We want to say thank you to our patrons who support us each month. If you want to know more about that, visit us on patreon.com/Chasing Ebenezer. For more information about our musical endeavors, visit chasingebenezer.com. We hope you enjoy the show. Well, welcome to the Chasing Ebenezer show, everybody. This is The Art of Being Human, episode 11. This has gone by really fast for me. I'm Benjamin, and this is Heidi. And we want to just express our gratitude to our patrons who support us. And so today we want to make mention of those fine people. Do you have
I do have a list. I'm just so excited by my sugar cookie tea here that I'm just enjoying smelling it. Oh, it's one of the best smells. See, smell it.
Even through my allergies, I can smell that.
Oh, but yes, before we dive into our topic on singing this week, we're just going to make sure we're going to thank patrons present and of the past who help us buy equipment and just keep the show going. So Matthew Warner, Jim Au, Andrew McCauley, Danny Cope, Carol Rasmussen, Rick Steward. I forget if there's a T in your last name or not.
If you watch, comment.
Ken Garrett, Terry Cowley, Emiel Bombardier, Dave and Sarah Cooney, Mike and Carol Atkinson, Bob Howard, Carrie Waters, Valerie Hassan, Marty Mendenhall, Steve and Janet Kunica. Oh my gosh, we have so many people.
I know.
Hunter Wolf,
this
Carrie
could take
and
a while.
Troy Williams, Dale Downhauer, Carol Rasmussen, Sue McIntosh, John Sinclair, Kayla Miko. Carol, I think I said you twice, but that's totally okay. Stefan and Carrie Keller, the Hedinger family. That's Andrew, Abigail, Caleb, Josiah, Malachi, and Ellie. And then we've got Megan Goddard, Kale Green, and Elizabeth Peters. Whoa, that is a ton of people.
That's a lot of people. We feel extremely loved.
Us do what we do. So.
Thank you so much. You've helped us out. We've even begun, we're talking about next year. We're starting talking about beginning the process of doing another full-length Chasing Ebenezer record. We're just talking about it right now, so no deadline has been set.
Yeah, you know that means it'll take us a while.
We'll have more patrons by then. But thank you so much. You make our life possible, and we love you, and we're so grateful.
Yeah, so if you're not a patron yet, sign on for as low as $1 a month, and you can get some...
You get some stuff, and you even get the opportunity for us to potentially mispronounce your name on the internet. Who doesn't love that idea?
Yes, if there's anyone who I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. First names I'm usually pretty good with, but it's last names I have... Well, English is hard for me to speak anyway.
Yeah.
So...
Yep. Well, it's a hard subject for me in school, too. Anyway.
Love you.
Yes. So excited, I have to say, because I mentioned the name Wilco multiple times.
Oh my goodness.
I have to mention it again. Oh my gosh. Wilco was amazing.
Good job, you guys.
It was such a good concert. We loved being a part of that. Great shows. If you have concerts that you've gone to or bands that you've discovered recently that are just blessing you and making you feel inspired, share them, because I'm always on the lookout for new music. But yeah, it was incredible. I was thinking about what I'm excited about this week, and honestly, I'm struggling with a little bit of depression this week. It might be because of the rain, because it started raining a lot, and rain also equals allergy problems for me. So I'm dealing with that. But I guess if I can think of some things I'm excited about this week, we're playing 2 shows this week. We're playing at Artichoke Music on Friday, and we're playing in Hood River on Saturday. So I guess those are things that I'm excited about. What about you, other than your tea?
My tea is so delicious.
Is it? But is it as good as Wilco?
I don't think you can compare
Can't
Wilco
quantify.
and sugar cookie tea, but
It's
they're
possible.
just not even in the same hemisphere. I had something and then I know. Okay, I am excited about it'll actually have probably happened by the time you are listening, but Compassion Connect is doing a virtual art banquet, and they've already raised half of the match money, but that they're hoping to raise. So the banquet hasn't even happened, but they do so much in the city. They do human trafficking prevention, mentorship. They help with medical and dental care. Anyway, I was able to do a painting for them for their suicide prevention program. And so really happy to participate in the event. And I'm sure that you can still see and find out more even after the banquet. So just excited for them.
Yeah.
And what they do.
And your painting is, as a person who admires art and cannot paint like you, I was amazed. It looks so good.
Well, and it's going to need a home, by the way. It's a very large
piece of art.
I had painted it intending it for the banquet to be in person, but knowing it might not be. But I wanted a really big piece so that people could look at it as they were walking by. Well, they're not going to be able to do that in person. But it's still a really big piece. So our friend Savon suggested it's kind of a great piece that if you had a hallway and needed something like at the end of the hallway. So anyway, I've posted a video of it. I'll post some more because it can't live in our living room indefinitely. So,
it's nice, and I like looking at it every day.
Yeah, but the size of our apartment does not merit it being here forever. So if you're looking for a large display piece, let me know.
Yeah. So how about our humanity? How did you feel your humanity this week?
Well, I think that we had I guess you'd call it the privilege of spreading, joining our friend Matt, who passed away earlier this year, spreading his ashes. And I've been to burials, but I haven't been to an ash spreading before. And so I think it's just the brevity of life and just the value of each human life. It was very overwhelming and just sorrow for his passing, and yet honored that we were able to join his parents and do that. So it was just a very vulnerable experience.
I'd say it was a very
for sure.
And as a church guy, I use this word a lot, but I think it really fits. It was a holy moment. It was a place where I didn't really want to say a whole lot, and I was just overwhelmed by the weight of that experience. It was a very weighty experience.
Oh, something else I was thinking about today. I was listening to William Shatner get back from space. Shout out to William Shatner. Wow. Oh, my word. And hearing him talk about the experience was very just going from this light and life into black and darkness, death. That was also very wow, how fragile we are as humans. Yeah. And just grateful for this beautiful planet God has made. And just knowing that there is hope after death. But so hearing him describe what that experience was like just reminds us of how tiny we are and yet how important we are.
Exactly.
Each person. So
it was good.
So I don't think I want to go to space in a spaceship, though. Even if it was free, I don't know.
I would. I would. What about you? Would you?
Yeah, let us know.
Would you go to space?
If you were given a free trip to space,
and who would you take with you?
If you could pick one person.
Pets are included.
Oh.
You can take your pet.
I don't know if your pet would want to go to space.
I think Mowgli would have no problem going to the vet if I took him to space. It would totally change the situation. So how I felt my humanity this week, I guess it's boring, but the only thing I can use to describe it is that I've had, my allergies have been just off the chain this week, bad. Which, for some people it's like, oh, that's sad, blow your nose. Okay. Or, oh, have you taken these 24-hour allergy pills? Yes, I have. And you know what? They don't work for me.
You're a special breed, apparently.
My allergies are mutate. I don't know. But the only thing that works is the little pink pill Benadryl. That's it. And the problem with Benadryl, for those of you who've taken it, It either makes you really sleepy, that's what it does to me, or it makes you a very angry person to be around. So not a good option. So I've been feeling kind of the weight of that. I started with Flonase today, and hopefully that'll happen, because whenever my allergies kick up, guess what day it is?
Recording day.
The day that we're recording,
Recording
right
day.
now. So I have to be like, don't sniff, don't sniff. You can't edit it out. Don't sniff. So that's the thing. So I'm really grateful that today, with the singing portion of our show, Heidi is singing and I don't have to. So that makes me feel good. Yeah. So we talked about laughter last week, which was super fun. This week, we are talking about singing. Singing. What is the first song you remember ever hearing or being sung to you?
Well, it's the song that we're going to do at the end of the show, which is Jesus Loves Me. I remember that, and my mom even wrote a special verse for me.
Just for you?
Just for me.
That's pretty special.
Well, yeah.
I know that my mom sung to me a lot. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't have a specific memory of a specific song, but the first song that came to mind when we were talking about this the other day was from Raffi.
Raffi!
Did anyone else grow up with Raffi?
Woo,
I actually got to see Raffi in concert.
Lucky. You're so
I'm
lucky.
so lucky.
You're so lucky.
And it was Baby Beluga.
Oh, man. We sung that all the time. And he just came out with a new version like last year.
I think so, yeah.
So, love me some Raffi.
Not only did I get to do that, because I have a memory associated with it, not just Raffi singing it, which, I mean, that's an amazing memory, but also I got to go to the Baltimore Aquarium when I was little and see a beluga whale at the aquarium. So, shout out to the Baltimore Aquarium. And shout out to Raffi.
Raffi!
Yeah, singing is one of those things that...
it's weird.
It's weird. It's really weird. Because, and I mention this in church sometimes, because I try to think, what other places do I go where we all get together and start singing together?
Sometimes at sporting events.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, take me out to the ball game and things like that.
Concerts, kind of.
Yeah, concerts. The audience is generally singing back to the...
Right.
Yeah.
But that's not like I would love to go to a board meeting, or like, you know, some meeting at like some big, you know, company where people wear suits. Let's open with a song. Never been.
I think it would make the world a better place.
It really would. If Congress opened up with a song, can you imagine? I don't know what song it would be, but that would be pretty cool. So, like, we've been talking about different forms of communication. What would you say is the difference between saying something and singing something?
Well, there's a tune to it. Is the
Well, in most cases.
Anyway, okay. Yes. Well, yeah. Singing it. Well, it's generally more of a well, that is a tough question. What is the difference? Well, it depends if it's a spontaneous song that I make up on the spot, which I tend to often do.
Yes.
Versus a written song. If it's a written song, there's generally like a planned story arc or art form or theme. If it's just spontaneous, then you never know what's going to happen.
You never know where it's going to go, and you don't know when it's going to stop.
Happen. That's true. And you don't tend to enjoy musicals in general because you have a hard time getting past people just breaking into song. Well, because in our everyday life, most of us don't do that.
In a lot of musicals, if you're a musical person,
I'm with you. I'm with you right here.
Team Heidi over here. List your favorite musical, and if you're not
Singing in the Rain, of course, of all time is my favorite.
If you're not a favorite musical person, what musical ruined you on musicals?
Oh, mean.
Well, and the other thing is for me is that it's not only awkward, in my opinion, that people just break out in song to one another, but it's also like usually the subject matter is really lighthearted, and so I have a hard time taking it seriously. Now, Les Mis was amazing, and that was a musical that made me cry in a good way. It was wonderful, and I have not seen Hamilton yet. I know I should. I'm behind on things.
Way behind.
So maybe that'll totally change my mind. But musicals, I guess another way that we see it happen in groups is in Campfires.
That's true. Yeah, for some reason, I think there's something about it being dark, maybe, and firelight. It kind of like sets a safe, like it's safer. Because when you're singing in daylight, everyone's watching. Because I do think that we can be very self-conscious about it. But by campfire, it's dark, we're outside, and it kind of has that tone. But I mean, people have been singing for thousands and thousands of years. I mean, it's one of the oldest art forms.
Yeah, it's true.
So, it's the way that stories have been passed down. I think that's the thing about singing is that that's how we learn our ABCs. You know, it's easy to remember sometimes things if you put it to a tune.
Yes.
So
companies trying to draft a mission statement for your business, put it to song. Your employees may hate you, but they won't forget the mission statement. Well, you know, I was thinking about that. And when something is sung, it carries an added weight. It's like poetry. You know, when something is put to a poem, it carries some kind of transcendent weight to it. In the same way that I can tell you, Heidi, I love you.
Oh, thank you.
But if
I'd love to hear it.
If I sing, Heidi, Heidi, Heidi.
Oh, no.
I love you.
Oh, gosh.
You want to call the cops on me, but that's okay. See, this is why I don't do spontaneous songs. I usually take a long time to write music.
But yeah, when someone takes the time to make a melody that goes with the words, it
communicates a different layer of emotion with what's being said, and I think that's really, really important. And let's not forget, when two voices harmonize together, or three, or a whole choir, and it works,
you can feel the vibrations. It's supernatural. It's you know,
it does something to you. It just does.
And it's also, I looked this up one time. I was kind of looking up the benefits of singing. I mean, it's a form of exercise. So you're releasing endorphins. I mean, and so when you're doing this together with a group of people, it is a bonding experience. And so I think that's why it's important that we don't lose it. And even if it feels vulnerable to sing, it is so helpful. I mean, some of my favorite stories, the end of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what do they do after all their presents have been taken?
They sing.
And
they don't even sing the blues. They actually sing a happy tune about that.
And then Elf. I mean, come on.
You all know the scene.
You all know that. Well, there's several singings. But yeah, there's singing. I mean, so there is something about it that is hard to describe what happens. So...
Yeah. So one other thing about singing that I think about, because singing is really important to me, like my guitar playing and my singing kind of go hand in hand. I kind of learn them together. So I have a hard time separating the two. And for me, whereas I know singing can be really vulnerable for people, singing for me is a way that I can express emotions that I can't express otherwise. Like emotions like anger. It took a long time for me to be able to really express anger. And the first time I got angry, she laughed at me.
It sounded strange, okay?
It did.
So sorry.
It did. I don't normally get angry, so being able to express...
Well, okay.
Let me rephrase that.
You feel anger, but it's more like sarcasm.
It comes out in ways that I can get away with socially.
You're not a yeller, but...
So music has been a really great way to get some of those emotions out, or to deal with kind of heavy topics, like singing about it. Just like with comedy, can kind of make that a little bit of a softer way to do it.
Well, Mr. Rogers did that with kids.
That's true.
He would sing about emotions, anger, and all that stuff. And there's something about when you put when you sing it, it can kind of soften the approach.
So maybe for married couples,
watch Mr. Rogers.
Well, yes, always. He's a great marriage therapist.
Always.
But maybe next time you're in a fight, put how you feel to song and see what happens.
I hate your guts right now. I want to smash it in your face, but I won't do that. But my feelings are my feelings. Yeah, no. Maybe.
Know your spouse before you try. Just like the laugh track idea we gave you last week. Just think about it before you try. But no, I know for me, singing is something that makes me free to express how I feel. It can be something I hide behind because, in the same way sarcasm is something I can hide behind, I'm focusing on expressing a piece of art. And so I can kind of separate myself from the art a little bit when I sing. So there's that, but whatever. So for like creativity's sake, why is singing important?
Well, I mean, it releases those endorphin-y thingies.
Endorphin-y thingies.
And I think it does capture the art of storytelling.
Yeah, it does. It does. We need a good old-fashioned bard's guild. Bards. You know, like in medieval times, you had bards. They were like the traveling storytellers, singers.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
I feel like maybe it's because I just read fantasy
like a
fiction.
Troubadour?
Yeah.
Oh, that's and the Gilmore Girls. You ever watch the Gilmore Girls? They have their troubadour. I like that word a lot.
Troubadour?
Troubadour.
There's
That's
your
one of my favorite words. Well, and Johnny Cash, I love too because he would sing, but he would also do the talk sing.
Yeah, he would.
He did it awesome. So even if maybe you don't feel like you have a singing voice,
because that was
terrible. Kind of that talk singing type of voice is really cool too. So
yeah,
like rapping. Maybe you're a rapper. So
and if you're in between, maybe you can't rap because I can't rap. I can't rap. I really appreciate people who can.
Yeah.
But you can do the Johnny Cash thing. Sean Mullins does it, at least on one song that I know of. And there's a poet that I know.
You're talking about Levi the Poet?
Nope.
Levi the Poet's awesome.
I'm talking about Dwayne Marks.
Oh!
You know Dwayne.
I do know Dwayne.
We love you. Dwayne's a poet. And he kind of does a little bit of a talk singing thing when he plays.
Yeah.
And it really, I was really moved by it. It was really cool. So that's a great skill to learn, I think. Yeah. One of the other things I think that singing does for creatives is that it does bring people together.
Yeah, for sure.
It creates community, and belonging is a great breeding ground for creativity. It just is.
So sing.
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 Next time you're with people, maybe try to sing a song together.
Why not?
Suggest it before you start it. Otherwise, you'll be singing a solo. But try it. Just see what happens.
Say you think, okay, so the next, Halloween or Thanksgiving, maybe just pick a song or two.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Real obvious thing you could try is karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
People do karaoke all the time, and it's not to get a recording contract. And a lot of us hope that we're never caught on film doing it. But it's a great way to bring friends together. Some people do whole parties for that.
For sure.
So, yeah. Do we have any other prompts that you had for singing?
I forgot to look at the journaling worksheet that you'll have, so I don't even know what's on what I wrote. So I have a couple now that I thought of.
Just do it, yeah.
Well, why don't you pick a really famous song and make a piece of art that kind of goes with it? So whether you want to do a painting inspired by a song or watch a musical and dance to it. Oh, yeah. And some musicals you can do the sing-along version. I know Hairspray has the sing-along, the bouncing ball thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's silly, it's ridiculous, but it's totally fun.
And who says that art always has to be serious? I do, but
you
I do.
do.
But I think that it's important for us to recognize that not every piece of art or every artistic activity has to be for business or identity building. It can just be for the sake of letting go.
Well, and there's a lot of despair and depression in the world.
Yes.
So singing can just totally release joy. So there are so many sing-along YouTube videos. Because if you're like me, I don't know the words to hardly anything. I can't even remember the words to songs I've written. So if you need those prompts, do that.
I completely forgot this story, and I have to tell you the story.
What?
We have a friend named Evan Way, and he called me up one day, and he needed me just to kind of be there with a phone. He was doing singing grams to people, and he did a Power Rangers thing.
Oh.
And I mean, the dude just owned it. But that was really cool. So
you could do that. Be a singing grandma.
Or call a singing grandma one of your friends.
Oh, yeah,
and get it on video. That'd be fun. It does lighten people's heart and it does make them happy.
Or
it just does.
Or well, generally you're not singing with flash mobs, so that's not exactly the same thing.
I wouldn't know.
But yeah, I cannot see you doing a flash mob. Maybe you should.
Maybe I should. Or I'll just watch a musical.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about dancing. Maybe we should do dancing next week.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about dancing next week.
Oh, man.
Be open-minded.
But that'll be next week.
Be open-minded. Yeah,
I have time to get
week.
ready for that.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So as Heidi said, the song that we're going to do is Jesus Loves Me. If you know it, sing along. And we will see you next week.
Yes, because we just want you to know that we love you.
We do.
Jesus loves you.
He does.
Just know that. You need to know you're loved.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Sing loud.
Sing loud.
Out.
Yes.
Sing.
All right. Bye.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Jesus loves me every day, even when it seems so far away. In the morning when I rise, and at night when I close my eyes. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Yes, yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so.